Let us all rise and welcome the Chief Minister of Nagaland, Dr. Nikyu Rio.
Committee Kazakh Dr. Nikyu, the Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland,
Betul badar dah. Oh kemudian Jehovah temu terjadi kesal, amat berbela kebal mezawai. Ta kemudian Vamuzo jadi这个考个大，这怎么去不木的？是那喽，Vamuzo。个科那个，不是搞个这都说什么？不嘛，他不是老师，现呢，不的不听闻谁，是不是个哈个到那呢？我都不去噻，啊，个包个地个他们子，根本你不，我那他们这个热天个到哪里去？Reverend Savo Shijo Chozuba Ere Baptist Church Council Chairman Tikaba Posa the Policy Visitor More Reverend Putohe Pastor Yoruba Baptist Church Pono the Judge Chokoso Tito Nemazari Kasaso Koridome
Utigulehina no community mizawai. Ukutami didashi urhoze umhatoko lu urkrasizway. Catholici Revelation 14:13 he kisini sabah. Then I heard a voice from heaven say, "Write this, blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on." Tinyezle, Siro atiginu afe po sije, how tuleje, Chia yawinu, yepu no kyodi, shegetago, tajake futo. Sije sie, uwe, ugo umat ponunu, relitadio. Ugo Matoko uze Wordieru Igumnutze.
Let us look to the Lord and pray. Ugo Kuzo Chochito. Do Yogaba, Komatamil Hebesa, Jehovah, Nkamazapo Yobe. 그러나 몰리나 타트서 히버스너 하고 그크리오 하고 그 마무zo 어제제를 해보노 타트서 인벨르리데 세니부주스 버스 조커크라 바무치조 पंगु तेसे ह्योलेही वो कखनिको 하고 서민신호 보고봐 바하시 하고 Dr. Nipio Rio Chief Minister Nagaland 금타우스 호전에 저 하고 MLA 인컴 MLA 조시 저 일을 보고봐 프레젠트 MLA 치고봐 기공조시 시기공조시 저 MLA ex-MLA 뭐 minister ex-minister को वो से के सोचे से तो लिजो पुर होसो तो लिजो बहुत हटे सच्चे भी हरना मु रना नीचे हिचे छगासमी नगालेले है मकर प्रेसो को मत पुर होनो भोग बाही वो हाकता को थोबे मु वो मकर विचिवे सिजिनो वो जो पोची पुर होनो भोग बाते सनानो जो बसनो मत को पटे ओ हरना हिलही पुनो हेसे 태조 변호 해보 설제스 변호 다 벗어놓은 나가미 지에노 그사 저 뿜하세 수고 벗은 나가미 지에노 오 마세고 뿜하사가 수고 르크라스 다 우까 틀리고 뿜하사 보서 보이제 타비 노조 스모도 kop을때 그러로 침을 쏘대 모힐로 보게 크보노 메토다도 몰래 태조 번호 메토고 요밖에 없지대 지하고 해비스노 그 후보가도 메트 테라르보 탈라크 조 메도가 마치노 응그 트모가 메쇼바하고 돌레 바세 하즈라미 포데베비스 마카비치보시 소코세카 포 테즈스코세 시지노 우사초크 헤미코 란나 힐레 헤카바미고 포노 가세베 오 트레 오 헤르고 헤보코도나 노 하소미 테조 소코소코스노 하르나 레스테 아니야 포시사하고 그 후보가도 메투고 노바하고 트레스테시노 그 후보라 콜레보 그누토가서 뻔마도가 마체노 조세데시노 본누까마 살빠다고 저바지 그 대부도 저 조세데메 아멘
보면서 다 우리가 봐 Vamuzo 그 clinical artesano 제터로 그 chief minister Dr. Nipio 그제 그 배들 마티가 봐고 뭐 Toro ke MLA ko former chief minister kumatao sa Rosale former MLA ko Reverend Burik Bako Pastor Nico CPO President Tambi Burik Bako mo Vamuzo ke Kruniko makaseka mo makasepu ko Commemorative thematique是这这世界保护一个我查看上面的字了，幼儿把他们那个不Vamuzo是幼儿把这个们呢不保护为么说是不是去少不了。Vamuzo 그 세지 부민의고 뽀뽀 어깨가 터보 득그세 뽀뽀노 버나를 시크레 워쿠후라 government high school 클래스 그리 파세 이제 그 했으니 October 저 그랬나 그때니 뭐가 특히 뭐 세월이 소리지 Vamuzo 어찌지 못해 그저 보거다 Vamuzo 내주이 그거 뜨지 더놈이거든 어그게더블래노베팀이두즈보거다이세 그때니 뭐가 특지 뭐 이쁜 거 소리지 그뭐 더 와면서 나가미 그때 그 풀으라노 그 러러 나가미 티파 해제노 그 보트 욕 폴리키에서 나치 그토 나치 그 브라 뭐 소버 크로 르후에노 나가미라 마티 무슨 이게 다 되지 마법 불르르오리 뭐 불르게 이번에 시피사에고 아트마를 랩빼모스데 티모트리르노 나가미 냄빼 호모해 따모 따르모스데 지지 글르블르다부 구라 government high school लकड़ी पास रही तो दोले देर से छह सेकेंडरी हाई स्कूल थी बात हिले पास के सा पुनो वो शिलोंग ले सेंट एडमंड कॉलेज ले क्लास करी करना इंटरमीडिएट प्री तो बॉम्बे ले विल्सन कॉलेज ले पर करी दा पास गवर्नमेंट लो कॉलेज बॉम्बे ले पर लो पास时间都不，我是我，这里不看出去么？he 所人出去的 general election 的不能 election 是的，不可是别个吧？不可能的这个事，不能有这个事。现在不，俺们得了些不，实际上呢不可是的。我们说可以别话这些，不 politic 别这些。我们说呢，咱不批说可能不可能的，是啥？各位提啥？各位提啥？有一马个多了不？各位提啥的人哪些？那么他我们说，visual 别人喏，马个多些，把我哩 politic 不别是，不看头个别头，Dr. 说的在里面，new baby 说喏不就是马蹄。现在不可能了，不是这不是个事，不，这你不搞出去么？你的他出去 election 了不搞的，不 election 了分的，不 public meeting 的。अरे वो इलेक्शन थी तो जी छोटे बाहर ले फिर मालूम हो कि सही बनो वो मुझे रे पढ़ो उसे कितने का बारे पढ़ो ले वो मेरे नाम एमएलए थी तो सुजैन पुचिपो सीधा नागालैंड पॉलिटिक की देखते बोले这个是的的，我们说啥个他搞，不看他们个么的，个人那个天哦，我们说不老个那个没什么出来，是人怕个boy，是个对的，不好嘞 ，pack district 了 ，MLA 不弄。我是看你不怎么说，为该地不怎么说个不，这里该几个呢？他个 honorable minister，不喏，哦一对，那么他来也是看的么是的，第二个人是在不嘞，也是谁？我们说， Chief Minister ที่ได้他个他们么的 Minister ที่啥的，实际个这得不了，啥 MLA 知道什么？知不知道他？是个把自己他那个 Honorable Chief Minister nephew 我都里 Speaker 他要进来过来，听说 MLA 知道什么？就是，因为 Minister 他是拉的呢 ，MLA 听的么？是的，没啥的啥，对不对？是的嘛，是吧？老朱把电视是基本不会看，谁不买呢 ？MLA 的本把把是Minister 的本拉的呢 ，MLA 的。我们说可以别的人，我根本你不去根本不他妈不开啥的人，日子子了，大姑父个进来嘞，不给外掏掉去，不给我了，不好人，我们说的是啥个大啥？看啥人里面都那种些，哎喏，他妈科不，我根本你不科不，才不合我人。我们说的，立体个生意不，咱来个说明，咱来说个谁个几他妈不是无错了，不偷个人生了，不喏，咱来记得哟。छोकरी मिसाले थी तो कुहू मिसाले थी तो से पुकुवो छोले पुजुवेरी तायो पुकुही पेगवा पु simplicity ber bayo moi pu petwa eji pu Pota Seville, Dr. Seville Iralu. Tama Yohi, Puno, Seville Iralu Puide, Tassanon Guruje. Tama Hi, Puhupus, Como, Mama Homo. Tama Yohi Pu influence teach the Doris Liva. Commemorative Ministry, Chief Ministry. 不托不拉嘛不了就不是把么不，没提拉嘛提了嘞，我嘛托个这个，不是美国肯定不知道，他嘿，我个谁跟我个他嘿，他妈个合着一只嘞嘿，阿拉美国嘛提没打个这，不嘛托不喏。我们卡开这这个的，不好些 village development board Mori compact area development Thai local area development को ही पुत्र ही को सिद्ध कैसे planning commission ने कुहरा तेरे से Vamuzo थी le vuti MLA zo ko MP ko te se ko ka kor pu ngo ko bai Nagaland ne su de ho ai ko le ga ba te ji thai utte ke vai le Honorable Chief Minister ni pure ita Ntino Ozrao Zalano noi pas de noi voulons pas tomber les or critique to thama puri pas de hai mo no peut faire ça le matik me dit ce que to immolé comme les peut pas job ça ta voulez que to pas today mo Zipoto mi pupuano kasasawado sekose nazi ko pono tezatsu sude dato oteke veko hira ko mo to ko mazawe ne po jo mo to ko temu no ko mo temu zaho.
Thank you, Mr. Tenucho Tuni, Chairman of the Vamuzo Memorial Trust, for sharing a brief account of Vamuzo's life with us. Once again, a warm welcome to everyone present here today. Since a copy of the program has been handed over to you, we shall now proceed without further ado. It is my honor to now invite Mrs. Sama Vamuzo, wife of late Vamuzo, to come forward to take her time for a word.
Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Dr. Nipurio, former Chief Minister, Dr. Sherhozele Lizutu, all beloved friends and colleagues of my late husband Vamuzo, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, all glory and honor to God Almighty, our Creator and Sustainer, for His marvelous plans and designs for mankind. Words cannot fully express my gratitude for His faithfulness and care throughout our life's journey. As King David said, I have nothing to offer God for His unending love and mercy towards our family, for everything belongs to Him, but I can offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving. And so, with a heart full of gratitude, I give all thanks to God for everything and for all His constant provisions. On this occasion, my children, our entire household, and I extend our heartfelt thanks to each one of you who has made the effort and journey this far to be here with us as we remember my late husband Vamuzo, who left us on this day 25 years ago. He was 65 years old when he passed. To us, his time felt too short, but we take comfort in knowing that his Creator had designed his journey that way. God's ways are always higher than ours, and we have no complaints. As we remember his life today, we cannot help but recall the many people who walked alongside him and supported him. His colleagues, co-workers, and friends, from the highest positions to the humble roles. As the saying goes, no single tree forms a forest. In a forest, we find grasses, bushes, towering trees, and creeping vines, all playing their part in creating something whole and complete. In the same way, a man's journey is shaped by those around him, each bringing their unique, God-given qualities to contribute to something greater. Vamuzo, as an instrument of God, may have contributed his bit, particularly in the formation of the PDB concept and the subsequent CAT, now LADP, but these achievements were only possible because of the hard work, dedication, and sacrifices of those who stood with him. We have done our best to reach out to his batchmates, colleagues, peers, staff, bodyguards, and everyone who was part of his life and work. But it saddens me deeply that many of them have left us, and those who remain are now unable to join us here today due to complications from age and infirmity. Yet, for those of us who are still here, including myself, I realize that God has kept us alive for a purpose, to continue the work assigned to us in this life. I also want to acknowledge and thank the faithful ones who continue to pray for us. Your prayers are a great source of strength, helping us face life's challenges with courage. In these times, more than ever, may we remember one another, and lift each other up in prayer. Lastly, as we remember and celebrate Vamuzo's life, let us not forget that he too was human. Like all of us, he had his share of weaknesses, but despite his imperfections, he gave his best and lived a life devoted to his Creator. With the presence of our leaders here, and the capable people from everywhere, and God's chosen people, it is our prayer that God will bless us with blessings such as wisdom from above, knowledge, peace and prosperity, unity to all Nagas today. Thank you. It's a kato uramizulu posuto. Utuzusuna hakako posute. Niko ukumanu papuno hachibaho. He not cheko program de he no kamno machiba mama te uman ritna. Tutsu romotu busu kumnu butsuyobe. Karatolu. Manzono hichi lisute nanoniko. Urami to hichi munugasa ususanumi purami pokremi. Teno mutu pokrisano. Opono satama pochino. Done bulutsujevo. Hakato buchiche tutsu romotu ukumnu zata susapoyo. Sasa, I urami yorbamiko. Uko porgami zorida u bulu ramu kemisiali nigo. Kemenumato, I mutu kemenumato. Kuto tamale hisa pung sarpo kozuba. Sabino tamako hisano. Ketumushio to lun pachikai ungomome. Suna. Ukamnuto jobuniko tomo. Zako hebushib ukamnunacho lido. Pujo krome divanche kenuto yokoto. 하고 이거 세조 뭐다시 하고 그저 시대 그물로 그물로도 수사 우차다사니 수사 우스자노고 이거 뜬여져 가서는 뭐 그래서 이거 뭐 뜨나 이거 뭐 사봐 우나가비 리케케다고 뭐니 사봐서 버리시시 오늘 쓰어서 꼬마르니 하디오요 우거는데 뭐 뜨고 뭐지 뭐가 막고 우쫀내리 그물로도 요 쓰서 본이사 I kemenupuno uko krede uko kanji sana ukemenupuno jokusa mutu sana uko tami woga bahikohi sasa uko tami rana kerta lichi ker no mutu gulu kerta baga to kohi nie ku bebo bino nie no driver Budino, Rami, Massimo Kazukosa, Trivido, Pacohopo, Hassan Ukamukilla Wogatan Hassan wisdom from above, Sasa Meleri, Ukamun has Taman Hasena Monocum Hasegono, Nicosotas Vogato to go. Matin Besacamo, who var crowd, Kashochizom today, Utu Ujobama day, this is she, Bahu, Uchakasandigo. Ugo kame krechiba sugada pechina chikri sarli miche ke semiche segumo ni moto umato ni ho keke na wele kumoto ko siba moto ko zuno machi zo mojo na to zon hap ke jobu budo she kulibi ku mo zo moto ke kuse no ke jibo chio sibize go to the end na to go jibo ma se de sibi ukum no po ti umalri utamahi ku samo to sa ke jirayo ku samo to sa hama ke kirayo 아니 우금노 사서 부터 보면 스스로 치고가 다 응모리호 그러면 좀 못 듣고 되고 내가 못 듣고 면서 thank you.
And now, I invite invite Mrs. Nipano Viihiro, daughter of the late Vamuzo, to grace us with one of his favorite hymns, His Eye is on the Sparrow. This hymn was also performed by her during his funeral service 25 years ago. I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. For His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. For His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me.
Thank you, Mrs. Nibano V. Suro. Now I call upon Mr. Madihi Lohe, Head GB Yorba Village, to deliver a speech on behalf of the village. Head GB Nobhe Utupuraive.
마히드히 뭐 다들 하게 되모 스나 보게 귀바데 너거 돌을 끊지 Let Vamuzo, former Chief Minister, anniversary death. Hi. This whole day, Makurigo Ukadu, Vamo, no, Ukamanupu, the Sojoti, Gamasaba Ukopur, Kasana, Wu, Gamaza, Boyode. Sista Taka Hu Hio, Na, Gashoti Kasio, Reverend. Vesavo Chozuba, Mother Pisa, Vesavo Chozuba Baptist Church. Look at Boyo, Mu, Reverend Pukol her, your Baptist Pastor, Bukashoti, sir, Unimazare, Selido, Taki Swahi, Renukamo, Sojo, Healer. Chairman Chigava, Foreign Minister Tenusho, Mu, Tenusho Muzabe, Mu, Uko, Nagaland Sien, Chief Minister Nagaland Nikurio, Mu, Ubeduano Kavo, MLA Minister ex MLA Go, Kavoko, with the Muslim okay, this is supposed to be. So sorry, Uko, former Chief Minister Ukopo, Sir Hosele, 不他佛不过多了，他这不是个听不听个的，不过多了，不他一波个个胡咱们那个是呢，不么认为是啥？他妈一个一本他我咋不阿嘞？我做那么是什么么我是我都要搞些做么的？是啥？啊准备么？qui con MLA mo in con ex minister mo ni ke tu iralu seko se bon se sem dale con apo tna apo za tom se bo ta ba tio ko mo za ve oh 实际上，才做么的嘛，我咋不做么的是个什么的？我个拍地西么，就是把地气，我查看他们指定个吧，西标不是人别这个，是他的Nagaland officials 个，我查看他们的 officials 个，跟我们的。मजा कचे पोयोबे सिलिदो साखासामे पब्लिक निको रि लेट वामजो हिरक्रम तोरे थमा के प्रोवो के हु हियो वामल से कसे योना उ साखासामे मजा रिहो सिलिदो सदुबा रेंज ले रेनामतको ले他妈个国外喏，我有儿把me可好听，可是呢，我认识了，个人么子么干的，一些个子里不是有的，所以说他妈呀，一我个胡个吧，哎。let Vamuzo se wo uko hungo chimore shizori ukshi wo uko ze ka hu bazo to iside libade sasa 부채미모 분노 분내고 가르쿠 아뽀 기대가 무슨 그래서 른무모레 울수 리레 분노 멋지거를 리콜리티 분들이 내가 리 잘래 그치 내가 히 멋자리호 let Vamuzo anniversary 22 March 25 here. In Hahi Vuano Puvar Trakase K Kasapomo Chilizikani Ho Kahiro Mucho Hunehu Vartra Tanoni 이타 르나요 수노 그저 이고 대버 못뜨고 불요호 이 보토 보트이호 못제때 시도에 아그저 와레 이때버네고 예소요호 내고 무사
Thank you, Mr. Mudihi Lohe. We would like to acknowledge the presence of our esteemed guests today. Firstly, the Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Nipurio, by the Village Council.
스틀레히 우고 바쁘게바 비그즈 그도츠네 베치슨 사바 무츠 그라톨레타리조 빌레지 칸소 이얼 바보노 어떻게 그다치도
Agora kamu ke hero mo sono o Nagami kode no kafel teo.
Next, by the family of late Vamuzo, to Dr. Roselia Lijezu, former Chief Minister. Next, Mr. I. Im Kong Au, ex-minister. Kindly stand to receive. Next, Mr. Achumbe Mokikon, MLA. Mr. Museto Mute, MLA and advisor. Next, Mr. Kekre Lulier Hyome, MLA and advisor. Mr. Nigetu Iralu. Mr. Tinucho, Chairman of the Vamuzo Memorial Trust. Mr. Zapra Chakazam. Mr. Zapra Chakazam. Mr. Dazagul Keiko, President, CPO. Thank you.
这些是如果自己Yoruba mi uzuneko 几个字 Vamuzolizo 几个字你得懂 Now we shall listen to Vamuzolizo by Yoruba mi Mothers Group. If you are ready, you can come and take the stage. No kokorde dalizole utopu daide.
Yoruba-mi uzuneko runukmuna shihava muzoli zoti suzo Yoruba-zu zaleva muzo ne yolimo trek sajopu ne tremino zaleba yoba Vamuzo hahir sale ne marco tsoi motele zomo kita le harorile ora zumi runu morile ne ve moli loze upohi
invite Mr. Zapra Chakasang, former chairman of the NPSC, to share a few words with us, followed by Mr. Vezahu Keho, president of the Chakasang Public Organization. You may kindly take your time one after the other.
Respected Chairman, Mr. Teluchoteni, former Speaker and Minister, and his compare team members. Our beloved Mother Padma Shri awardee Mrs. Sano Vamuzo, her dear children and grandchildren, our Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Dr. Deep Pyo, if my memory is correct, who was once a cabinet minister in Vamuzo's government in 1990s, 35 years ago. Dr. Shirose Lejetu, former Chief Minister of Nagaland, a bosom friend of Vamuzo. Honorable MLA, thank you. Niseto, advisor. Our Honorable MLA Kekrei Home, advisor school education. Honorable MLA of Bandri Assembly Constituency, Mr. Achumbebo Kikon. Mr. I. Imkong, former minister and a close friend of Vamuzo. Mr. Liketu Iralu, a renowned social activist in northeast India. CPO President Mr. Vezahu Keho and his colleagues. I see a number of former ministers and MLAs present. All participants in today's program, I see a galaxy of dignitaries and government officials present. I also see a host of public leaders of both men and women from different areas, from different districts, tribes, and so on. And Yorubami populace present here today. Yes, Vamuzo died quite a number of years ago. 25 years have already passed. But my village, Yorubami, continue to mourn, sob, and weep. Vamuzo state, our leaders lost till today. We are aware of your heavy schedules. We highly acknowledge your coming, your presence here today, which clearly shows your love and a deep concern. We are so humbled, and at the same time, we are so strengthened and encouraged by seeing your kind and loving faces. Friends, I do not find a satisfying word to express my gratitude to you. I still, despite my helplessness on behalf of Vamuzo's family and Vamuzo's village, want to express in a very simple word, but very sincere and most sincere word, thank you to you all. May God bless you all richly in the return. From here, I will switch on to a written script as I am asked or entrusted to share with you. I will read it out as fast as I can in order to save time for other speakers in row after me. No time to translate it into our local dialect. Kindly bear with me. And you will find this copy The theme is Vamuzo as a man I know. The man Vamuzo as I know him. It will be served on your tables. Please find, and I will read it very fast. 25 years ago today, on this 22nd March 2000 Naga Republic Day, Vamuzo departed for his heavenly home. The news media and the Naga public poured in countless condolence messages ascribing Vamuzo as a leader of outstanding personality, towering figure, a down-to-earth person, and so on. Vamuzo was born on 17 October 1935. He died when he was 65 years running. If he were to be alive today, he would be 89 years, 5 months, 5 days old today. It means he would be running his 90 years. Yes. Cutting a long story short, after his graduation in law from Bombay University, Vamuzo joined the Nagaland state politics, winning for the first time in 1969 Nagaland state general elections from Chazuba 1 Assembly constituency, and then Chazuba 1 and Chazuba 2 combined 1974 constituency, and continued until he beat his last in 2000. That is for 31 years. He was in the ruling government for only 7.5 years, and the rest 24.5 years he had been in opposition. During the short 7.5 years time in ruling, Vamuzo could successfully initiated, completed, and laid down some of the most important foundations for the survival of the Nagas. During 1974 and 75 years, and from 1977 to 1980 under United Democratic Front, party ministry headed by Vizor Koso Angami, and 1980 to 1982 under NDP headed by Mr. J.B. Jasoke. Vamuzo as a cabinet minister with portfolios like Public Work Department, Finance, Rural Development, Local Self-Government, Elections, Industries, etc. The following policies and foundations have been laid with much independent thinking based on Naga origins, as found on record, and as oftentimes he used to tell me. Policies and foundations laid in brief. 1. For the ever first time, Vamuzo was inducted a cabinet minister for Public Work Department in the United Democratic Front ministry headed by Mr. Vizor Koso Angami. A ministry lasted only from 1994 to 1975. During this short period, at his initiative, a good number of new roads were constructed connecting the inaccessible villages where there were no road at all before all over Nagaland. A new legal system of contract were called Ketu, an amount from rupees 2,000 to rupees 10,000, something like a relief contract were introduced, which brought a lot of benefits and upliftments to the maximum Naga rural poor by doing the physical earthworks. Small earthworks were fairly shared, easy to do by the villagers themselves. No investment was needed, no delay in payment, no hassle, no deduction, and so maximum Naga populace benefited from it. With the earned profits, many poor students could finance themselves and complete their studies to become officers and leaders. Many began to learn to become small contractors, big contractors, entrepreneurs, businessmen, etc. It was indeed an awakening and the ever first stepping stone for the Naga rural poor. 2. 33 reservation of government job vacancies for the identified backward tribes was made mandatory for the first time in the state of Nagaland via the notification number AR September 8, 1976, PT2 dated September 16, 1979. Nagaland Village Council and Area Council Act 1978 was adopted and enacted for the first time during this period when Vamuzo was Minister for Local Self-Government 1977 to 1982. As Minister for Elections and Electoral Photo Identity EPIC was introduced for the first time in 1982 Nagaland State General Elections. The EPIC was immediately copied and adopted by Delhi central government. Number 5, as Ministers for Industry and Commerce, the District Industry DIC Center was created for the first time in every district in Nagaland 1980. Old age pension for all people in Nagaland was introduced for the first time, which was that was introduced in 1980 to 1982. It was propagated by the central government of India. Indigenous Inhabitant Certificate introduced. Nagaland became a state inaugurated on 1st December 1963 for the purpose of identifying the indigenous and non-indigenous inhabitants and for issuing the indigenous inhabitant certificate to the bona fide indigenous candidates. The date 1st December 1963 was adopted as the declared cut-off year for the first time by State Government of Nagaland Notification AR August 8, 1976, date Kohima, the 28 April 1977, initiated by the UDF Ministry, 1974 and 1975. Registrations of indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland, RE, sometimes in 2023-4, it was Begu, was just an exercise and an attempt to review, tighten the loopholes, strengthen or relax where it is found necessary. Number 8, special reservation of funds, exclusive special reservation of funds of rupees 1 crore. Each was made mandatory for the first time to uplift the backward districts like Tunsan, Mon, and Meluri. 9, Village Development Board, VDB Board. As Minister for Rural Development and Finance, Vamuzo had introduced the Village Development Board, 1978 to 1980. He expounded the concept to Mr. A.M. Gokhale, a brilliant IAS officer, the then Deputy Commissioner PEG, and requested him to translate it into writing, which Gokhale did. The concept was to liberate the villages and rural poor. For thousands of years in the past, governments of different countries ruled a state from the top and kept the below villages poor and suffer. To Vamuzo, now the government should come down and function at the village level. Instead of villages always go up to the top and suffer. Money had to be brought down to the village accounts for their own development by passing the corrupt middlemen or officials for which Vamuzo was headed by some bureaucrats and officials of the day. Despite oppositions, Village Development Board came to a reality. Nagas can never forget to thank Mr. A.M. Gokhale, who was later promoted to the top of top post of Chief Secretary, Nagaland, and retired. In one of the CPO sessions held on the 10th October 2008, where there were about 2,000 attendants, where Mr. Gokhale himself was the chief guest, where I was also present. He said, know this, the whole credit of VDB has to go to Vamuzo. 10. Rural Housing Scheme. In 1977, as the declared national emergency was lifted, from August, the state general elections campaign had begun. That is from August till November. As he called me, I used to be with him. Till that time, all houses in villages all over Nagaland were covered with only thatch roofings. No scissor sheet roofings. People suffered a lot as oftentimes fire accidents occurred. And they had to rebuild their houses after every 5, 6, or 7 years. On all the election platforms, Vamuzo loudly said, if I and my UDF party is voted to power, as soon as my party has formed the government, all these thatch roofings, pointing with his finger to the houses in that village and villages in neighboring areas around, all these thatch roofings will be replaced with sheer sheet roofings. And all these villages will look like covered with white snow within 10, 15 years. Unbelievable. UDF party was voted to power in a landslide majority in 1977 November elections. And the format and UDF party ministry truly put their promises into real action with all honesty. And when Vamuzo was the chief minister 1990 to 1992, all the thatch roofings in Nagaland were replaced with scissor sheet roofings. And the villages in Nagaland are truly looked like covered with white snow. The vision came true. Compact Area Development Scheme, or we call it Local Area Development Fund. From 1990 to 1992, Vamuzo was the chief minister of Nagaland. He was determined to introduce another new scheme named to be Compact Area Development Scheme. This time he called the then chief secretary in his government, Mr. Aluwalia IAS, to translate the concept of cards he explained to him into writing. The concept of this scheme was the 60 assembly constituencies in Nagaland were made 60 compact areas. An equal amount of money was to be allocated and distributed for equal development of each constituency, looked after and monitored by the respective standing MLAs and ministers. The scheme money is also called Local Area Development Fund. The money was never meant for the pocket money of the MLAs or ministers. It is being badly corrupted today. Today, rupees 5 crore allocation of fund is given to each member of parliament of both houses of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha to be utilized by the MPs for the development of their respective constituency, which is purely a copycat or an adoption of the concept of cuts or LDF of Vamuzo. And it is indeed a great relief to their financial burdens. Much thanks goes to Mr. Aluwalia IS, who was the Chief Secretary, Government of Nagaland, who translated the concept of cuts into writing, which became a reality not only in Nagaland, but all over the country today. never with an intent to undermine any, but the immense contributions made by Vamuzo as mentioned above, along with equal land distribution and the land holding system prevail in Nagaland to every individual. Nagas and Nagaland have the best form of democracy and governing system in the whole world even today. 25% leadership seats reservation for women. From 1980 to 1992, the concept of 25 seats reservation for women in the village leadership of both in VDB and village council, initiated by Vamuzo, has wonderfully worked, and it had immediately captured the attention of the leaders of the world. It had soon went to the United Nations working level, yes. And as it has been adopted by the UN, it has come down to its member countries with tremendous impact. The United Nations Council adopted resolution in bracket S/RES/1325 on women and peace and security on the 31st October 2000. That is about 6 months after Vamuzo's date. The resolution reaffirms the important role of women, their equal participation, giving 50% seat reservation to women in the United Nations itself, and also directed all the United Nations member countries to implement 33% seat reservation for women in the leadership in their respective countries. This is Vamuzo on the Indo-Naga political problem. Vamuzo said, the long outstanding Naga political problem is to be correctly understood through and by the uniqueness of their history and their case. They live in their own country, their ancestral homeland, or their ancestral tombland with pride. From their prehistorical time till date, no nation ever conquered or subjugated the Naga nation. There's not the whole Naga nation and country as one, except for 60 years of British entry and domination over a little portion of about 1/10 of the Naga Hills without any treaty or agreement signed. By race, Nagas are Mongoloid. They are not Aryans or Nordic or Caucasus, nor Dravidians nor Negroids. There is a nationality crisis, a biological crisis. Their distinct identity, that is their history, geographical territory, tradition, culture, customs, language, religion, heritage, even their physical features, appearance, or colors, their way or style of life to the extent of their way of eating or dressing, whether naked or half-dressed, all are different from any other ethnic group in India, he asserts. A principle of regional party politic. Vamuzo and Vizol Koso Angami oftentimes lectured on their regional party platform, saying the present state of Nagaland is too small as a nation or state in the big Indian subcontinent. If we let loose the Nagas too early to embrace Indianization and the so-called mainstream, the identity, that is tradition, customs, culture, religion, physical features, etc. of the tiny and insignificant Nagas will soon submerge like a drop of ink in the big ocean, and Nagas will soon disappear. The Nagas will become an endangered race bound to extinct as an indigenous people from the face of the earth. Nagas must have a strong political awareness to to preserve and protect their identity given to us by Almighty God. If Nagas were to lose their identity, India would have lost one of its most beautiful entities in the Indian diversities. Naga must know this truth they want. Conclusion. The harmonious duo of Vizol and Vamuzo together in a very limited time given. They had laid down some of the most needed fundamentals to protect the Nagas in a very dynamic and a very keeping manner and have excelled all others indeed till date. It was indeed an epoch-making era in Naga history. As a politician, I know Vamuzo was charismatic, inspiring, very magnetic, in pulling the crowds and the masses, a moderate, a true democrat, a man of great tolerance, an outstanding parliamentarian, and a statesman. His political manifesto stood for non-violence, peace, and reconciliation, and solution of the Indo-Naga political conflicts. His economic and social policy always stood for justice, equal distribution, and upliftment of the accessible rural poor, the downtrodden, and emancipation of the women. He knew in depth the problems, needs, and wants of his people, and had the insight, courage, strength by independently drawing out plans and programs with a vision to address them. The poor are always on his mind. Vamuzo was a visualizer and actualizer. He was a real practical and social scientist. He was a true friend and champion of the poor. The above priceless concept, contributions, and achievements made by Vamuzo have been copied by the world today, liberating the poor in millions and in billions. Thus, the highlights given above clearly reveals a regional party government with its truer concern and independent thinking based on Naga origins, free from the control and checks of the so-called high command, could do much better for the Nagas. All generations to come would remember Vamuzo as one best architect and liberator of the Nagas and Nagaland. Nagas shall live. God bless Nagaland. Amen. Thank you all.
I give glory and honor to Almighty God for this wonderful day. Respected Chairperson, Tenetoki, Chairman, Vamuzo Memorial Trust, Dr. Purio, Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, and this is Darsh. There are son of Vamuzo and children. Dr. Surozale, the former Chief Minister of Nagaland, honorable advisors, honorable MLS, former legislators, dignitaries, ADC Chozba, reverends, president colleagues, CRPO, head GP, council members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we gather here today on this solemn yet celebratory occasions to commemorate the 25th death anniversary of a remarkable leader, a visionary, and a true son of Nagaland, led Vamuzo. 25 years have passed since we lost him, yet his legacy remains as vibrant and impactful as ever. Today, we don't just mourn his absence, we celebrate the extraordinary life he lived and the indelible mark he has left on the Nagaland state. Vamuzo was more than just a politician. He was a leader who understood the heart of Nagaland. He served as our chief minister during the challenging times with wisdom, integrity, and a deep commitment to the welfare of rural people, and was marked by a relentless pursuit of peace and development. Beyond his political achievement, Vamuzo was a man of people. Today, as we reflect on his life, let us remember his unwavering commitment to peace, his dedication to development, and above all, his monumental achievement, the creation of the Village Development Board. This wasn't merely a policy initiative, but it was a profound fact of faith in the people of Nagaland. It was a declaration that the power to shape their own destiny belonged to the villagers themselves. Here, without further giving my speech, I beg your pardon to all those who cannot understand my dialect, as I would like to say a few words in my own dialect. To the 25th and death anniversary of our late leader, Vamuzo. Vamuzo he Peklumunzo go top Peklubodo. Be your bara Umukina, your bala uko Gumuba. Papa Bomu Chogo Ikuze, who's a Bopikudo, Susitio, former speaker Amuzu Boktabushi, Bom Vesva, Mo Bokdoko, also the Boktabushi. Mark Shemiba, Buzu Senver, Buzu Bom Vesba, you go Popimodo. More super smooth, we should have Hikola, Tomus, Jabare, Buzu Shaksan, Hikola, Wagda, is also Popimodo. Where Sopukana, Bokusa. Bon She, Komata, Uko, Kuta, Vamuzo. Munubus, Amahili, his said, you know, Europa, Mitin, his said. Sino, Europa, Locobri, Chaksan, Mitino, his said. Soon, Munobo, Nagami, Tino, his said. Suzo, international, recognize personality, Tisa, you know. Who's all in all, to talk of war, Guno, Utuzibono. Uko, to draw, suppose zero. Shares like Vakta, the water, did the Venusi, suppose arms, because answer. Oh, Europe go. Uko, Nico Pohe of Akasa, Nico Weho. To my happy super, we look say, Kumupum Tosoro, to go to Tatibo. See, no. Mark Beck, what is there? Uko, because she's a Popakandi. In Harper, Ato Ajuto, you remember, just a illicit algebra. In class to Mulvotice. Pupo pay student children, Chikestiro. Bo, Mopus teacher, finance minister Kiva. Mopu Pose. Sipus Alita saw. Anego be Uchiso ho, Oto Tio ho. 实际上不是报，阿拉记得说是帮那是哦，这边是套体的噻，这就是我吧，喂，别我是讲，我套体哦是不保险，我讲，那个我地方不跑，哎别。Village Development Board 有么事个事？伊做那个做一个 focus 那里去把嘞，对吧？不孬，伊这里不是那个大个大，是知道去 realize 的，是对接我都听我说 ，develop your village， 不是 slogan 不，是报答。我听我个说，讲实皮那不没弄事，皮那皮不孬。包子了后，我们不买得了现在，也是，嘛这个是呢，啊个包如果这边呢，我倒是我，如果设计不去你是提个话对了这个错，哎是对了这些，不去 introduce 了，讲 back area development 这个是提不，是如果现在这个方面之类，哦，这个是提不了，如果不是了。He is rightly known as one of the key architects of Nagaland state. 不是保险门阿不套，其实不是到那个啥。哎，这个我呢，一套 development 是我个多哎，哎嘞，现在我报了，我们是接听外的，这个节目是接听外的，至少我听的我听的，我心里知道的。所以说，我们咯还看不是，啊那 development 呢看不是咯，他个过去我了，我过去的白个大是我了，他过去白个是对接，不要干不当的，你这是不是多少？么？啊个的，我比如我那些设计，我个这 LDFT、LDPT 咯，对吧？Local Area Development Program 对咯，你比如把这。he 过去做些还不过了 India country 嘞，对不对 ？National level 嘞，he 过还不过了，不 model 一下，不过 adopt 实际上这些 Raja 上班的些 ，Lok 上班的些 ，and people 5 crore in a year 是 enjoy 这个吧？如果是现在，我过来我的那个不大进来，我这是我。有的是为，是吧？哦，搞不些，不那个是不怕这个大过去咯，protect 模式，he team 不上模式 ，strengthen 模式，是咯，个个他可是咯，government corporation 可是state government 只是，是咯，把这个模可是包，不是个是这 auto personally， 不是个成本嘛，哎嘞，把本模 first and last time， 还那个是这。1995届，agricultural program 那一部铺了，不晓得不是个谁，不他妈没来这那季节，是谁子么？还得个是个做，是个谁？我不是的，那种，丫头我不是个谁的姐，他把这不是波拉塞，我搞起儿。我说来，还得我这是多是多，没我提说我到天后，这是 reputation， 这是的，这是意思是力量，我是保的这意思不是保证派，对吧？个套的，然后就是高铁 first and last personal 多，也不是不什么事，还是 first and last 的高铁，是不是？他妈还。没接改正，我当没报上，我当个过吧，哎嘞，我当个过多的是些，我后不改做个这，我过是什么都是噻，我喏，他妈 ordinary 他妈嘛 ，extraordinary 他妈个这是不是社会，是说那位，我说来到根本不知道，为什么不知道？不报他妈大报，他们知道的，哎嘞，根本不到是哪，不至于报根本不是报的。对，如果不马土的外国人啊，搞不到这保姆的，这个啥什么可是，就是不是马不见说啥，我学美国，有美国，现在我到巴子呢，没是会的，你知道， 학급에 먹고 봐도 돼. 지로 뒤져보 只是赛博士，也是不是二届超市上班，没有外后是不是波斯拉上，以他保险加上你上来了，Honorable Chief Minister，咁当你譬如都是巴得啦，伊不接马布传查这个，处理了，就是不接传啥嘛，马布要到经济他是那么做了，接到。How he auto in the board in the zero. Come talk Vamuzo in remembrance of our leader Vamuzo and in recognition of his contribution toward our state. We would like to request and appeal our Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister Lipi Rio and his government to give respect and also remember him and put his name after this, whether PDP or LDF or LDP, so that the upcoming generations will remember him as a pioneer. And also, I also want to thank our honorable MLS for valuable suggestion in the last recently completed assembly. Absolument, CPO Siliche, Boxa, Vamuzo Mebo Trust, Go Himo CRPO, Guido Jondi, he organized Tizla, Muzaho, you know, Bono, Casino, Gumbo Quebec, you go, Kunta, Kalas Quebec, Tomato Quebec, or Kala Quebec, Tikasana, you go Muzaho, Ziposobo in the last year. Gumbo. Comme non, leader, c'est pas mon chien, pour tous les droits, comme le posé, je vois d'autant. Et là, que là, on peut se lever, on peut m'attendre, quoi, et là, pour nous en, c'est pas ça la chose, pour qu'il y ait beaucoup de nous en. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zapra Chakisan, former Chairman, Nagaland Public Service Commission, and Mr. Vezuhukiho, President, Chakasan Public Organization. We shall now listen to a song, Cruz Kede Kulha, which will be presented by Your Bami Welfare Organization Kohima Choir. Noko Kerte Kalizoko, Utupudaive.
Thank you, Yorbami Welfare Organization Kohima, for the beautiful song. Now we want to acknowledge the presence of our ex-MLAs and ministers present here today. Kindly stand and receive a token of appreciation. Mr. Zachalu Vadel, Mr. Nuzota Swero, Mr. Krehu Dezetsu, and Dr. Chotis Sazo, sorry. Kindly stand and receive a small token of our appreciation. And now I would like to request the following reverends and pastors to kindly stand and receive a small token of our appreciation. Reverend Pukrol Lohe, Reverend Dr. Keve Kalo, Reverend Vesabo Shijo, Reverend Zase Vessel, Pastor Vamuzo Keso, Pastor Lutave Nyeka, Mr. Mudihi Lohe, GB Yorba,
Ontario, our former Chief Minister, Dr. Shorozale, my colleagues, Secretary and Lisete, Andi Padmashri, son of Vamuzo, the President and his esteemed colleagues of the Chagasang Public Organization, a host of former members of the Nagaland Legislative Assembly, leaders from Chagasang and other Naga communities, the elders of this village, ladies and gentlemen, even if I don't address you in person, rest assured that you all have my highest respect. Aji yade aibo bara, isul ge ekdom thanks ibole monas. Aro Amakan, oi, olot deri boise. Kunbado 9 braise, kunbado 10, amido 10:30 braise. Ediado lot deri hoise 1:30. But friends and ladies and gentlemen, it is worth spending a day in this village where a great leader was born for all of us. Idobra, Amakan, Ajiyade, Time, Helado, Isi Kushibawula. Oila, Kotano Badande, Yade, Europa, Aro, Chosoba Assembly Constituency, Manukange, Actum, on behalf of the Naga people. Thank you, Pobolemonas. Abunikan, Kinaga, Iman tuk lubu barisna koi gina phabiasimo 30 years 7 times ang Vamuzo ke othai dia aro amakan yede history jania ruling de noina opposition de koi gina ruling de to hardly 7.5 years koi ji koi gina likhi gina mahange purai dis to abni kan Iman Moon Dangur Gurigina, for the sake of the Naga people, to defend the rights of the Naga people. Vamuzo Potaile Palobo. Inaga Nizur, couldn't be Agina Puane, Abunikan Kinaga man far-sighted. Kinaga man Amakandra ke Kabishna Guigina, Sozoba Mano, Europa Mano Kange, Acton thanks to Golemonase. Abunikan in return, is he blessing Babu? Amakan तो अपना खान लगा constituency मानो होइले किमान फाल किमान खुशी इन्हें भावना मानो विशेष अपनी तो कुछ बड़ाई से कोई ले तो सोचोबा होइले तो Vamuzo लगा है ना जी इतो लगा respect इतो लगा honor दो कोई सापरा किनीबो नापारा लगा आसे इतो करने अपने खान you have contributed you have contributed immensely to the Naga people इतो करने Amar Prathana se Ishur Bra Abnekan Shop Ahatim Al Homoy Obodibo Aro Blessing Pabodibo. When Vamuzo was born in 1935, the world history was changing and it was also impacting the Naga people. 1935 was a turning period for the Naga people. The British Parliament enacted the Government of India Act 1935. And how it has impacted the Naga people. That was an enactment. The British the Government of India Act 1935, empowering the provinces, the states in India to run their own affairs. Meaning to say that trickling down the powers and functions, the policy making to the grassroots people. That was the whole concept, intention of the Government of India Act 1935. Then it came into effect in 1937, where a notification was issued, and Naga Hills district was kept as exclusive. So that was the year 1935. Our great leader, Vamuzo, was born. It was a very significant year. And he was born during a very challenging and volatile time. And through his commitment, he faced a lot of challenges. He was born a fighter, and he fought till his last breath for the Naga people. Today, we are celebrating his legacy. I was arguing in the house today. Our Honorable CM is here. I'm so happy that he has accepted graciously to be a part of this program. What an honor for all of us. In the last concluded assembly, I was arguing that Nagas, at the tip of my mind, my heart, that Nagas should rise above tribalism. If there is one thing that is lacking the progress of the Naga people, it is tribalism. So it was in my mind burning. Of course, he was also a part of, our great leader was also a part of a party that I represent today, the Coke Party, which you all love. And therefore, I suggested to the government and to the Honorable CM that the local area development program, it is actually the official word is local area development program, be named after him, Vamuzo's local area development fund. You know, it was, as it is already read out, it was his idea, it was his concept that today, not only in Nagaland, but all over the states in India, including the Member of Parliament Local Area Development Program, has been adopted from the concept that has been originated from this village, from these constituencies, from Naga homeland. And therefore it is befitting that we give name, we name after him. And I was so impressed when our Honorable CM responded to my suggestion that he was very much a part of that cabinet when this decision was taken. And the bureaucrats were all out against that. No, this cannot work. How can we pass on? How can we hand over a financial power to the elected members? That was a very critical argument put forward by the bureaucrats. He was apprising the House that there was a political will. We decided, and it went ahead. It went ahead. It gone ahead. As Victor Hugo said, no power on earth, no king and queen on earth can stop an idea whose time has come. So that was an idea. The time has come, and they have decided. And today, it was reiterated by the CBO. I'm happy that the little idea that which I had has been now been taken as in a positive gesture. I'm sure our Honorable CM and the government, he has assured the House that that will be taken care, and we are hopeful that it will be named after him. It was so coincident that on that day, I raised a question on the old age pension scheme. And in that answer to my query, it was Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pensions. So all these schemes, like you will find Mahatma Gandhi rural this NRHA scheme. So like that, names are being given in favor of the great leaders. And if we can have this name, it will be used all India. I was suggesting that once Nagaland government adopted this, we must send a very strong letter, representation to the government of India, adopt it as all India, so that it will be used as Member of Parliament local area development, Vamuzo member of parliament, local area development program. If we can have one name among the Naga leaders, what is wrong? Vamuzo, as a leader, as I said, born in a very challenging time and live a very challenging life. In 1988, it was the Koch party under his leadership got absolute majority to form a government. The Congress government led by Rajiv Gandhi was at a handful of affairs in India. He was denied forming the government. He challenged in the Guwahati High Court. He won against the central government challenge in the Supreme Court. The case went on to election. The case became infractious. And it came in favor of Vamuzo, of course. But that was, by that time, 2 elections has gone. So he fought. And this is the reason why I don't believe in Indian justice delivery system. Too long to wait for justice, to get justice. So this is how he has fought for the Naga people. One thing that strikes my mind is about the Naga political, the way how Naga people should go about, as it is elaborated by the former speaker, that Nagaland state will be too small a group of people to survive, and that is not the final solution. Today, the Naga people aren't deviating from that, the concept that our leaders have enunciated. If a solution has to be arrived for the Nagaland state, it would have been already solved by the creation of Nagaland state with a 16-point agreement. But no, ladies and gentlemen, leaders present here, that is not the solution. The real, honorable, acceptable, and inclusive solution awaits for the Naga people. And those who are propagating that Nagaland state is the final solution, or a solution should be within the parameter of Nagaland state, I think that theory will be wrong. I remember when Vamuzo's funeral was conducted in 2000, I was in the NSF. Uncle Vizo speaking, but I could not remember what he was talking about. But I remember the song being sung, his favorite is "It Is Well With My Soul." It is still lingering in my mind. It was a very grand funeral. I regret for not being associating with him, but one of his close bosom friends, my own Abraham, Uncle Dikikon, was a very close associate of our leader Vamuzo. So I have all the stories heard from him, and today is a privilege to be celebrating his 25th. It's a celebration, 8th anniversary. For human being, we don't cherish the good deeds that we do during our lifetime. But what we fight for is the legacy. Only after a great man is gone, then only we fight for the inheritance of the dead body and for the inheritance of the legacy. This is the human creed that we all have. But it is worth that we celebrate this in this manner, and I'm happy that this much people have turned up to be a part of this program. When Babri Masjid was demolished during the Ayodhya crisis, the Prime Minister, former Prime Minister V.B. Singh, invited led Vamuzo to be a part of that peace mission. And what he said, I venture, I wanted to quote what he said. I venture, therefore, to humbly but urgently appeal to you to please make an inspired gesture that will touch and satisfy the hearts of the Hindus without harming the dignity and message of the Islam. This is the message he has conveyed to the Prime Minister, and such a wonderful, inspiring from the Naga homeland across the length and breadth of India. This is the kind of leadership that this village that this land has produced. And today, it is an occasion for us to celebrate, not only celebrating his achievements, but also carrying forward his dreams and aspirations. Well, there are lots of important speakers after me, so I'll conclude from here. I would like to leave it to you with what I would like to borrow a phrase of Abraham Lincoln Gettysburg Address. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but Nagas will never forget what Vamuzo has did for all of us. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Mr. Achumbe Mokikon. Ladies and gentlemen, since we've been sitting for quite some time, I'd like to request everyone to kindly stand as we welcome Mr. I. Imkong, ex-minister, to the stage. Kindly stand. Please be seated.
Respected Chairman, Mr. Tinojo, Padma Shri Sanu Vamuzo, respected Chief Minister Dr. Di Furio, respected Dr. Sorozili, former Chief Minister, honorable advisors, MLA, my old friend, Mr. Nikito Iralo, and all the members in the dais, and my dear fellow citizens. It is a great privilege for me to be standing in celebration of my friend, Mr. Vamuzo. In order to save time, I have jotted down a few points, which does not cover the deeds of Mr. Vamuzo in the public domain. It is a personal remembrance and personal relationship which has left an indelible mark in our society and the people in general. It is a privilege for me to be able to share a glimpse of my personal journey with Vamuzo on the occasion of his 25th death anniversary. He was a path-finding leader, a fierce Naga nationalist, a devout family man, and a brother and a friend to me. My first introduction of Mr. Vamuzo was sometime in 1965-66. While he was studying law in Bombay, he initiated to revive the Naga Students Federation while it was defunct since 1953-54 during Madame Ranu Shaiza's presidency. During this time, we had a few Naga students studying in different parts of India. Mr. Zarukrile Kivijusa studying agriculture engineering in Pantnagar. Mr. Vimanyu Lualang in Shillong. Myself and St. Stephen's College in Delhi. Under his leadership, we decided to reorganize NSF. Mr. Vamuzo and I were met as chairman and vice chairman of the organizing committee. Mr. Gibiliver Fido as secretary, Mr. Vimenio Dumalang as joint secretary, Dr. Sorozule as treasurer, and Raju Krile Krivijusa as joint secretary. All of them are no more except Dr. Sorozule and myself. We met several times in Shillong and Kohima and decided to hold the first general meeting of the NSF organizing committee. Under his leadership, the proposed constitution was adopted. All these records will be available with Dr. Sorozule. I know him as an excellent record keeper. We held the meeting sometime in June 1966. Immediately after this, I joined a British committee in Assam until I was invited by the government of Nagaland to head the Nagaland Industrial Development Corporation as secretary. While working as an IDC, we had started Sarabati Hotel project in Dipapur. After the election of 1977, Mr. Vamuzo held the portfolio of Minister Industries and Revenue under Sri Bizo as the minister. While he was Minister Industries, he appointed me as the first Daga head of the Department of Industries Department as OSD, ex-officio Director of Industries. At that time, there was a proposal to shift the Nagaland Legislative Assembly to the hill presently occupied by the police headquarters. During his tenure, he decided to have another hotel in Kohima, akin to the Hotel Saramati at Dimapur. He believed that a good hotel next to the Assembly Secretariat would be an asset to the state in being able to host various visiting dignitaries. The present Jaffo Hotel location was labeled for the construction of PWD office. One morning, he asked both Mr. Tumbang Ao, Chief Engineer PWD, and myself to the location, and decided that the hotel be constructed at the same spot. In other words, Hotel Jaffo had encroached upon the proposed PWD headquarters to be constructed. Such was a decisive leader. He did not hesitate to take responsibility to move ahead with the Hotel Jaffo project. After the Indian Parliament election in 1977, Janata Party came to power. Mr. George Fernandes was the Minister for Industries, Government of India. During the annual meeting of Small Scale Industries Board of India, Mr. Vamuzo invited the minister to host the next meeting in Kohima. This was readily accepted by Mr. George Fernandes, who was a close friend of Mr. Vamuzo. In order to hold such an important meeting, which will be largely attended by all the states, we needed to build a number of guest houses. Upon this proposal, immediate construction of guest houses was required. Therefore, on his instruction, PWD started construction of the present BIB guest house at the emergency footing, working day and night Under his supervision, the construction was completed within 6 months. Such was he that any action needed for this kind of project was decisive and quick thinking. Today, he left a legacy of those projects. Above were some of the works undertaken not known to the general public, which were revealed only to his close friends who had worked under him. The other legacies he left behind is the communalization of Village Development Board, which has been copied by the Government of India under Rajiv Gandhi to become the Panchayati Raj Act. He was also one of the pioneers to start the district plan, which was converted into Kampai Kera development, giving under which each member of the Legislative Assembly was given, which later became LADB, Local Area Development Project, which our previous speakers have already mentioned. I have just picked up on a few of the pertinent accounts of the countless interactions I had with Mr. Vamuzo to share today. Throughout the years with him, I found to be a decisive and inspired leader. Whenever I pass by the physical attributions of Mr. Vamuzo, such as Hotel Chafu and BIB Guest House, I am reminded of his resourceful qualities, which has left indelible mark in not only the history of the Nagas, but also the foundation of the state. May his generations be blessed and follow the incredible legacy of my dear friend and brother Vamuzo. God bless and Kognalin. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. I. Imkong. The time is now given to Dr. Surozelie Lezyetsu, former Chief Minister of Nagaland.
Niko ke huta sebab ke tego ke sego ke batatu sanamu ukiku Vamuzo kiku go ugo Chief Minister tazapo bu ke kagle vomoe sala o chake krigi ke tenu kurtamne vor ke bapetego chetu so haula uke benefu bezie tese Niko Vamuzo Memorial Trust mu Sazuba Range Public Organization Niko Ukratame Kavi Sabasa Kavia Kridi Cheku Hauha Kasesa Hergasala Niko Beje Toro Niko Budzak Niko Tete Ura Mayor Bame Mago Bushura Nutsuro Putup Summer Sutra Ugibatala Nego Taneka Kra Sanigo to America, sir, because where is it to Moderi Nego Petevo Capezie, Pesiciao? Teacher Mefepemu, Vokataki Vamuzo Mo, Keviego Moje Haki Hanu Yetapo, Urame Kipu. Hugo, did you make prayer? They would me for Genya, would Satakatu, Majidi, Nagami pen Nagami Sudo. Yalle mudi me heko pe segezu donuri heko pe prapadi matsubur getesu Vamuzo ke kunye tiunu su senje ko zegasa Kiro Vamuzo chedo di techano vurmo Temi pokal hunu Matwa pozapu Nego pozapu ka kare nisje Zala che chedo tamo Diri Nego pumato ke visiko sernise Nego pula Nego ni Nego Nego zemo tatela bama tatela Nego ro Silero Nego me pubuja pula ke dibu sese lebaga utenela ke dibu sese lebaga aso nego ketsone ba Kedi ke huira ego tinyo me debo pubi nego pekedo Nagami dono lesse masijade kadugere die selekariya thodiro ke vichasa tinyo me Wotuche nebo ke tatwadi me fe dieje graduate sele me fe penguche kedi me fe soruche Nagami me kenye graduate sele so me polero hego hisse me tinanu Teme se bordi lesse produce bordi ke vira lesse kisele Pozeu auri vodi mogoktuno lesse kisele Une lesse kise peledi lesse ke premier ke vigo Ataka krak kesis dodi une kretorce Sidir tsedo Ugo the new pozal hulene po Tiche nipo kretatudi sere tatuje Seda Uti volata Uzio liro pokalu cheka batatsa lo budi Lagata telemulo Ugoro so pi asidi mekipubaya Ego tiname shose biye tsilidi kabatatsabu di sede Sashine puri biye tsilimo siburi tijini bukretatudi Hepengu akenije Mipo biye tsilale po zaliro tinubicha Po surukari letsidi po sikise SC1 Assistant Commissioner 1 to Mulidi, you go to the Medono, Leotono, Hoto, Korea, Tosabada. Teruga support the lady teaching the book at Woody, Hepoma Tatuje, Utivolada. Evo me put to Mada. Hissime Pete, Ukinu Krabada. Sibadi Kratago Kersidi. Tie, Tinubi Satkamade, Bunu Sotari por Hilabur Logote, Kyo, was Zanum Hakevi, what Silvi Mologa, the digger said, Today go to Nume, Lasikibo, O Poker Crono, Lasikibo Peshido, Today Lasikibo Peshile. Pues siete higuro se de posano manque vicidi telo que su que pugadula que lidi que tile kitile il le sekio popesile je ego renano Kristal sigete kakra le seki so sugunu sirle manque si mega kra sirle Tinuvita Yo vedat hego ka se hego krapeba Veri pozanu magevi botsedi hego kepula leza hego so se leba Kyo Vamuzo mato ke vi zeki debo pusu zega. Ugo chiti ke puli di khadu ben. Nori, ari, kuta me pusak ke kizuno, kedi bo chili viboga. Kedi bo chiti ugo ke puli duga. Mariki kije, chedo higo, ke ba tetlu ke ve pa peno, Vamuzo VDB Museum, mu Research Center. Chichipo, because so soon as a Kahudi, so crepet in a coach. Masila, Morgasula, not Sipo Ligasigin here. Magavis Sebo, said the lady Uramego Seba. Museum, Kadibuga, Museum Liro, Tese, Nichu Chrisamebusi Morgoso, Martin Gavisi, Margale, Margavitsigil, Nichu Chrisamebu Moody, Tepuli Morgoso. Segoso Sebo di Kamuge Body, Temibum Nahoya. Research Center, Usakizuga. Wodi kahu kangudi how gidi bala hetega magasa hotse se parle gite mulla ki gate seko seke pudi magge vit se parle to magge sabse se parle to ki bochel di sedde kele hawa sedde gaza seboje alle neko krita neko keseru fudi malle se je Nikisiki Nini Casalije, Nitini Zara Casalije, Nevam Rupeka Tolero, she said, Vam Rut Yomakatani Kokero, Nikoka Kasu, Kepupe, Makavice, Shekalumitsiji, Asu Niko Cheva, Adibutalano, Kahu Bushiri, Nagami ben Nagami Sazolije. We share me, Jimmy Vital Gando, Nagamebu, Nagametsu Robalite, Kata Robalite, Nicopetu Beje.
I now give the time to Lisa Crow to perform their song titled Vamuzo. So, to Kapu Lisa Crow ko pursado.
Hello.
bache mir samole esip mi che ponimo e dinati amuzumukre Vamuzo Editari de manogohi de magope de sashimere Jojitsu kores de Vamuzo Jesegite de konimo Ubemo reservazo Vamuzo Renemole Ekibache Mirsamole Esipe Miche Konimo Etinatsi Amuzumukre Vamuzo Vamuzo, e che perdona ne daio, uccido paure capitana, facesse perdonarmi, quello che io che se la finì. Vamuzo, renevole, e ti bace Samole, e sei per mi c'è ponimo, e di nazi amuzumukre, Vamuzo, Vamuzo, renevole, e ti bace mir samole, e sei per mi c'è ponimo, e ti nazi amuzumukre, Vamuzo, Vamuzo,
Thank you, Lucecro, for the melodious song. We are truly honored to have our Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Nipurio, with us today. I would like to request everyone to kindly stand and warmly welcome our Chief Minister with a round of applause. Sir,
Thank you. Thank you. Please sit down. Thank you, Compere. Who Secretary, Uncle Chairman, Mr. Tanucho, Vamuzo Memorial Trust. Secretary, Siro, Kapatapa, Padmasri, son of Vamuzo, Punyugo, Mu, Punyugo, Siro, Worgaba, our colleagues go, advisor, MLA go, easy to former Chief Minister. Former MLAs go, Chiro, Reverend Pastor Mu, que Hukizanie, que Benyupa de Tosagazago, 그것이 Uncle CPO President will the Secretary of City work about the day. Yoruba me village chairman Ukazego and GB go Sazuba constituency to work about the day. So society invite society work about the day go. 그것이 프레스, 모 미디어, 뭐가 뭐 레이 범zo 제비에 뭐 오케토미고 오제디 regional party do support ko go che the party NPF nu kababate siro work about it's a little pate pati kevi hawa will di or hadu Because unko visionary leader, late Vamuzo Peso, Shagata, Ijibe Papengu, anniversary, all life, Omato, celebrate Sadadi, walk and Ukilie. Agala, Kapedum say, Siro. You go organizing committee, your Babishiri, wo America Sapativo. Peche, you're a very worthy. You go say a Hugili. Tisos be at the Gazala, you Meje. You know, Mary Buddy, come in Yozawa. The corpsman you da agazoba sumarso ke utsapide o giga kra late Vamuzo Ngokrtau former chief minister o mathokevi kada kevidi Subiyo temi tsushi gaza zapuke praharnalide. O bantoke vihaga leseliro. Usa morka shoriba. Dari pati gazala. Apu bu gaza uelo. Dari po temi Greatness of the war was she get a liro a Christian today. The glove the Ari teaching you will get a pretty it in your dear. You know, what's the party UDF Kohima Division President Sir Shibari Puti Hoshe Party Nagaland in charge was a tigilero Putire se emergency country the water Kerta Gotebe, a deed, sir. Sapahim, you get Kose DJ, Metsu Gatsagate Gada. Potire Segaza Hatiudu. Matsuza Okere Gare Gada Midi faces Levaya. Kapariva Kridi Politigno Lerdi Nagaland no first generation politician Gozedi Maka Krashile Mo Goze Watsa. Here goes second generation Gole. So she regional party and Temiala Tagada for local issues. Mu Utinya, who identity, who history, who culture, who tradition, Hakoha, La Tagaza. Maybe people live, me a party, we people live. Very regional commercial, Umezio Shimo, Unuzao Shimo. Who can lose Shimo? So she Hagamidije Pitsugoze Matsavor Chidi Kaberibo Gredi War Patika Sa Nagami Kratasri Hagabala Uka Katabigo Ze Matsagabor Uko Gidu Hashile Go regional party Academy Kebejiri Nagamela Matsava Hidu Okay, crush it. Unko Kerta Vamuzo Jes Leslero Akemu Apposite Matsova what have ye position Kruigazo Nadiu Zegatsea who's a Gasea what have ye for principle neither for integrity but together Moko Matoke who was sorry for commitment but see the share Absolutely straightforward for simplicity mu humility Ako was it Mopo political krita was he is a man of the mass Mungo Kahubari Ernamadul who wore there to be a Mashili Liro recreate Saraya Mimiji Shibodea. Therefore, pocket credit says the war. Pogi and Betty Bass said, the lap on the Matagaza. The Shibahuri Capellegal Hudu Susegazabo. Egazala Pose Hatsaza Subie Hudu Tenhamok Todi. Was a Matsalia. Ugo get the for as the old police station, old bus station knew, here at our new. Keep on ye deep as Sozare, Duka, Sotolimo, she's a carking nobody, time you go. Sak company meetings are, says the city, get the city part to go. Welcome, sir. Ugalagaru. So, no. Ugo, Gotau, Vamuzo, Uskanyogo, Mikakra, Nali Namonigo, Chidipar, Su, Aminu, Gumo, Su, Rukra Sibaya. Nagami pose Bahuri Yogoki glory Wadi Kadava Sanoi Unye Kazetulia Moza committee Ogoshize Yutova Abinado Ashize Seu Kinya O Shijire There's a many families Mo Kikurizo political party Ari Vadzo party no political war up in Ugalia Solano regional second Wasakadava will say Ramo Rayagada Sokos live away Ke Ario Chabumo Atino Huni Re Korgazala Ani Antonio o great granddaughter de Agvidi Keze Kikutsamo politico Chipedi Apumo Ashizu the Lubunia Tikalia U government world is a Ugo Tikalia Yewashizu su Tikalimu Shivadi Wata Vamuzo no NIBC no do Gari Tata truck loan no be a potosari here to say this is Helisari what is a Bagaza Asole Sivaya Agavidi Kikutsa Unimu is a particular Mutsaza Undumase. You must over the poor. Look at the Sere. Also, here, Kiku Kamana. Urabi Yorba Mo Sazuba, Moripek district, Chakasami. Kalona Ukiku no Temigavi, U party no Temigavi Bongada, Anaham, was so together, rest together. Chui, Ernumoy, Upan Hatokavivala, here, Umat Togo, O Legisigo, Su Ru. Wosu Capacoli Vorgata Ashiri Bujubashiri Sir Kavidi Lady Vorvamaje Agamidi Wobuto who gets it del Hulibashiri What legacy Pumanto Sikasago Free Hebazo Mo Bahuri Ernanugan Humi Lichibigo Lapekudi Mahakasawa Na Dipugasago CPO Presidentiary Murachimbe Mushiri Kapugabago the government Medosamo Kurtzabede Moshia La Kurtzabado Levazo Umato Cat Kratsuzo Dairy Haka Bahuribo Development Scheme VDB go Hakibidi Matsakasaka Hakakra Lichi Velaza Sakasaka Programadale doe, Mujogo Puzugo, Sukomezoe. Apo Ado satisfaction Poliro. Wo election no kara 1989. Deri Hatiu do who party where you go at Congress to go there. I was the party no war. Deri Abrading law MLS whether the Kathari against the Congress ko ticket पे आज सके दो सुपुदा जला कांग्रेस की गोली दी वो तालिबो पार्टी को कटामी बच्चों से कटंगो जरी को माथो पुत्ती को मला क्या को पखारी बार ये पार्टी NPC कटंगो So, government di masa, so no. Wo government se lagi serious se. Wah huri defection. Finissez. Who government la sacrifices politics our minister no larasgi as a board you kid no what politics as a minister se la election no shell zapo kenyese do khazam sama never as a KTP the aish WhatsApp video carry chito di bandali vi sala audio beze very lare salat se sababa di election shedo deje ko de shiba mo agedi tuba tam jenanya lasadi January 29 so Seki minister no lasa seki midi eko zego bo sumo go bo minister ta ekila maza assembly mathwairo pette minister sada daduje assembly committee ko no PAC estimate library market pizza ka krabaya bo MLA ko su handle sumo Salado, secondly, Matsuro, most sticky, Opor Henson, Seri Matsuzo. Here go MLA no Lagaziki, Cafe Coquilero. Oh, so she needs some there. Security, Tayada Luisala, election lover, election nula. Sponsored some more. So, Rubise Kurtsuzo. Secretary, Matsavo, who say, Kakilama Congress at Delhi Nova, Mohakimidi are the regional party. Ha, Wapuri, absolute majority, Miakrangu Lady Barzori, Tia, Mori, Kebehudunu, government Gikawa, Utu, Re Kapaladi, Pekrua, Kebehudunu, Sakabidishe, Sakabaje, Atiki Loshiri. 2003 के पार्टी के कुशल है Temiza, there kikri go ka sababi sele. Crisis ka craft facer, downsizing sir. Ibozo, alizo nebo. Krik ke nyebalo tunu. Mikobo. Tes tas dije President's Rule War. GD 2008 je Ari President Rule so achi puga thage meri regional party as who faisala. Hage me gada वो the first generation से मुपति करे थोगी तो हम दोनों की infection को हो बिखरे गया हो बिट्रे से गया और से गया वो पिए से मत से गया सोच आंगू मोरे जिनो को हाँ survive से गया नो मेरी से कफेशिमो के पेरोडी मत से कमरे wen को लिए लेवरी सोच से गया so suri shisale sola oma toje ko sa yugo pusa la to ko repeat lo ungo here Nagaland no British me word British meri who recognize British met that the herds of the Pothala Beniwa 1879. Dari Christianity war. So she war the Ura war is a Hoko Ungo recognize Mungo protects a Puguya 1873 Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation Act. How you know? Kudola Bengal sida British me West Bengal seri po capital saba Calcutta. Eastern tali roche Northeast ungo hati Northeast ko se shiva. Bengal Eastern Frontier ungo body bond international boundaries adi chicken neck silly go dunno bazala ungo have frontier kasak pugaza awa regulation pasa mo socially ro plan do the people ura war sakha mo war zori ILP inner line permissido wori uti ukiulie immovable property khaliganza o artifacts more o antique ukro botavie pokere bosa krasa duliro nguliro tibie findo ke diesodo chidi ngo protects sa go melo zala az do mashiwo zala state guleri Nagami nyodo ke dingo le mojeri state khagasaki zore British legacy Bengal Frontier Regulation of 1873 shall be enforced in Nagaland. Sakimi gasala Shekazori ILP regulation soba Muaz British method of Hagaso Pette Jirisel. Sala ungo British memory u local administration of Hagadumo Mo Surudu Abuvizo compact area development akwa sasa idi matsugasa baha Rana Vigo protects the Sagamidi India 73rd Amendment Board, Panchayati Raj. So those are Nagami exempts are Article 371A la. 뭐 그 응고로 पंचायती राज rongo sudo election ba ungoliro village council ungoliro election ba mo ungoro selection sada selection sudo su kebo ke boda zori u customary law so nuru gatsalo pe pidodaro state government की word वो कहते वो पे decision so ये थला so वो दी high court supreme court नो कैसे ग्राम जाहुआ उनको indigenous उनको पंचायती राजू कमला उनको village council उनको village council का दाजनो postal ballot secret ballot खासा चाहिए village council assembly nominee ruling mo opposition now product now gazemilo ungo tradition bette bakalo salado ungo exemption shashi nze zobra desa programa rinzu how to do together sushi, mucho no que quisiera puga tagemiri surunutse indigenous certificate kasega doliro. Who is the authority? Manungo government pelera tuje ugo kamada nudo hubiese indigenous daliro. So ungo pakado. Ungo dinya supposori उनको पंजरा लिवी देरी indigenous certificate को पेशे का जो the real authority is the village council या तो certified तो हाउ वो native फर्नाजो वो कर्म को बच्चा पछे बव हनावर वो को हना native हना indigenous सलादो ये कुछ रिव्यू So to the administrative officer को forward to the DC office no in the news to Kasado. Sir, so it's a committee there. Motaje EC Bobo so recommends the surgery Kamadal. Mo village council our poet Kako Seva Puri Kamadari Society complaints over the Laje. Soliro criminal case tado. Mo Jilla Bahari Livi Mori Ubu Metzel Lietzel Ligan Zagada O Bartsa Livi. So she Chitigi Wo Mikra Zadie Meti Memo Kokimie Kavadi Temieta Pimjura. So que mi chivo. Que yo liro Nagami tribe kaba. Que soru. Que teniwa tribe. Mohano kekri koki kachari garo se mikede. Hadi kamidi garo. Hakwa Ernaba sala uko se declared tribe sare. Dari uko liro 1963 cut-off date to do in military suppose of Gomje, Miss Savor of Gosagaligo, so indigenous no Sergento. So that's a lot of registration Semajava. Motazi Lady Ingo Kotago, Pilado, job Nuri, studies Nuri, so that was a milk amitigado. Circle Kilagaza, Pantozogaza. Hagamini. Potir Shrazla, the point, Potala Pudun the Liro. Here. Regional Chief Minister City, Government Serogo, Kidebo Kemeji Worshi. So you have been able to get PD Chief Minister Suzushiri, Ari President's rule to face the Delhi government Apachudala. Hakim Mitala, here, Kabato, Suzulik, retired, Ari Pitsibare, Ari retired. Chido, Kisak Kikasavigo, Ongo, Shubonye, Regional Party, Pio Pasada. Hawa, Regional Theme, Party Tsugado, Nagami history, identity, culture, tradition, Hawa, Obasa Pugado, Hawa, individual Mori party casualties together. Hakim leader Taliganda. The Delhi Kothor Sakir Karimudo Government Keko Maturimudo Sala Metsu British Meo recognizes me. India Meo recognizes me. Ocho recognition of Badalero regional go Metis City. Sakir Kami go Krazo Mudi, Ocho Gino Party. Sakameti Selmolero, can you the day? Pete Opio Pelegandi, body me participate. Mo O movement. Mori, you recognize it as was Bomadado. Hanu, regionalist. Kada Sroti Agava, Abu Vizoljugo, late Vamuzo, Uko Mikubo, Ekin Susoljugo, Tiki Peshiga Saga. Shubonyer Nagamila sacrifice the Hawatsula. Most so capable Yama. Metsu was serious and less ago. Koyab original Hatsa Saladi Mori guidance of a keyword be. Mo Katami Mo Shinada Liro. Regional party no Bada. Metsula, Kodomatsaka, Todi, Saya. Mo Metsu, so Potso, Shidi, Kerriego, Makimodori, Miepo, Mori, Mikobuado, Pidi, Metsu, Potso, Shimoze, Taliganda, Bondado, you're the National Party in Wolio. Mr. Gabu Crisodo, Mika Gosomordi, Ucrisodo, Government Gakuri Lamordi, Ucrido, Uncle Zebazado. Other British men, Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation, Ego Kazadi, Mibu border Lesedo, Ukiolie, immovable property of Krilikanda, Ungo protects the Tertamiguano. British men legacy lawsuit. Tego stakeholders also said, it's a committee. He got so protection. There Metsu so understand Silivada. Mometsu can Talimada the hair. Tezo Shivordu, so Tezerado. Salakia regional parties of the Gadu. Get hold of. So the committee was here. Kurtami, me Pokeni Peledi, regional party, Makino Taligando. Capelleri from Hatoket, a shadow, it is a poor game. Ungot here, regional lupus here. There is Umato, so they Silamo. The Sheo party. Medialega, can do she semor. Tell me open them on the Ocho, can do Gridada, she's a year, put open the Lucky 그래서 Vamuzo 두문에 늘 politi시고 꿈에서면 지사대 리치미 얼마나 흠이 그가 섬이라 마 프로그램 거 가서고 쓰고 세가 결국 티결이 마크로 못 쓰죠. 아까 metso에 regional 되기 hat스게 어떻게 작아자고 아까 릴리디 스게메티 볼리로 에 크타고 버자리 나가미 터버자로 그러나 티엔고 그렇다고 와무서 그 세가르크라 그 후하우두 대루비에 붙어서 꼬마도 비비고 결츠가와 우송리 응고 그렇다고 얘는 스즈 결츠리디 그래도 미리 나가미 니보바 니어 결츠팀으로 그러면 우리 recognize서 protect서 그 팀이서버리 special provision for constitution to be protect서 so she go to 그도 미리 그도 really protect서 identity culture 세로다 이것도 말레가 사서지 그다음에 visionary leader 햄비에 ये थोड़ी नक्सोला वो के हीरो खासे वो त्योदू वो के भी थो खासे देरी वो के भी थो सुए सके जीरी चवो ये वो बर्डन में शी थोड़ी कपड़े में तो किसी दो देरी वो पियो में शी थोड़ा मेट्सुए वो खोयाले मुदा 시류 부부 시즈가 문을 시달리다 시달라는 뒤에 레지는 바달리로 스세들이 게릴리 무달리로 이 파티도 보디 유보크로이디 오늘을 뒤로다 시그서 우트가 다서물서데 어디까지 이해하노 응고 아토게 비제가 쓰리데 Nagami Jevila kado tsazizi sukar kartsile zara suko tsape rise mutsake hesadi regional party habuno Nagami reguliro unko shidze nido mo shigalmi shidze vido yen Nagami shidze vido yen katsuke ledono yesuko bie yoko patsuseawe kape yubat bu zamye kaptamba 산업하면서 보디뇨고 기는 것들이 뭐 미스러디 보디 하이드서 보조머리 보디 베테도 결츠리제 나가밀라 하게 비서서서 된다 여보죠 thank you and God bless.
Thank you, sir, for blessing us with your presence and for the insightful address and challenge for our people today.
On account of the weather, there will be a slight shift in the program. I will now call upon Mr. Nikitu Iralu, social activist, to share on the topic of Vamuzo's legacy. And time has come.